Hey guys, this is Light, and tomorrow there will be a custom banner dropping featuring a bunch of the summer units. So let's go over what's worth pulling for. So let's start with Fire Eda. So Fire Eda is getting a pretty sizable buff this patch. She's going to have a Soulburn, Ignore, ER, Double Strip, Defense Break, and Silence on her S3. And she was already like a decent unit before as like an anti-cleave kind of thing. But now she'll definitely be a lot better. So yeah, good unit. And her artifact is gonna be pretty good as well. It it gives you effectiveness and it adds debuffs to your abilities for your mages, which is really nice because like it helps you reach like effectiveness thresholds. Like you'll be able to get close to 300 effectiveness with it pretty easily. And like the debuffs are decent, like it can randomly like stun people, so yeah, that's nice. And then we have Frida. Frida is a very strong character overall. Really good for cleaving in Arena, Guild War, and RTA. Most notably, you'll see her paired with Zio all the time in Arena. Like Zio, Frida, +2 cleave units, and then boom, like everything's dead. And if you don't have a good bird's eye view, her artifact is decent. It gives you souls, but in a slightly different way. But yeah, overall really good unit and really good artifact. So yeah, you definitely want these two on your banner for sure. And for the third unit, there's a lot of options. So there's SSV. SSV is a really, she's a solid unit. You can use her in like Wyvern one shots, but there is Clarissa, like the blue Clarissa, to replace her. But other than that, she's pretty staple as like a blue element bruiser in RTA. Only downside is that her best artifacts are limited artifacts. Like you would really want to have her own artifact and close to maxed, or Fireflant's artifact. But like you would kind of need to have like two of those. But otherwise, there's like Bloodstone for her, which is really cope. So yeah, decent unit. But only drawback is that she needs a she needs a heavily invested artifact to be like decent. Then we have Holiday Yufine. She is okay as a Fire Litica counter in RTA if you're struggling with that. But even if you pick her, you still have a good chance to lose to Fire Litica. Like she's a pretty iffy unit and her artifact is not even that good. Like Champions Trophy, there's so many different warrior artifacts you can use. Like there's no room for Champs Trophy on anyone. It's nobody's best in slot. So yeah, pretty mid unit and useless artifact, honestly. But if you really want like a counter to Fire Litica, you can give her a try. But yeah, I probably would not recommend this unit overall, but she's okay. And then Summer Break Charlotte is also getting a buff. However, her buff is that she does more damage, and her S1 will team CR boost by 20%, which means she's going to be a very good Zio bridge. Cause like Zio will S1, and then your whole team gets boosted, and then she does a lot of damage. So yeah, she'll be good for that, but I don't really see her being used anywhere else. Maybe she'll be good with C Lilius, like C Lilius will S3 and then S1 and then Charlotte will boost, but again, as like the way you use her will be very cleavy regardless of how you use her. So if you like the idea of that, go for it. However, she's just damaged. she doesn't have much utility. So like she's just like damage for your cleave. I don't think she's that special, but if you want to try her out, I don't think she'll be bad. Just another cleave bridge option. And her artifact is also kind of mid. Like it gives you crit damage and damage reduction as a knight. But the knight artifacts, there aren't that many good options. Like your knight will either be on Elbrus Or like I don't know. If you're a damage dealer, you probably don't really need her artifact. There are probably better artifact options. But yeah, I don't know. Her artifact is pretty whatever. I don't really recommend pulling for it or buying it with powder, but if you want the unit, go for it. But yeah. And then we have Seaside, and so sometimes Iseria. She's a pretty old cleave unit. She got an EE like the last like year or two that makes her bomb everyone or like insta detonate her bomb. She's okay as a cleave unit, but she's not used that much. Like she has an issue with like her reliability because like if she doesn't land any bombs, she's kind of if you get like 15% on her bomb, she's kind of useless, and then she requires like her artifact to be maxed, which is also a pain for like newer players because that's a lot of investment into a unit that's like not that good and can just like RNG lose you like whatever you're doing for fun. Like she's an okay unit if you want like a cleave unit to play with, but I wouldn't recommend her. But her artifact is also mandatory on a unit like Pyreflan, so if you're into Pyreflan, you could put Iseria on your banner just to buy her artifact with powder. But up to you, If you want this unit for whatever reason, go for it. She's very cleavy, but not very reliable. And then we have units that are they're just not that good right now, but their artifacts are good. So Lethe's artifact is really good for two reasons. HP scaling warriors are pretty strong, namely Emo Aria. Emo Aria is really good with her artifact. And also, her artifact increases your currency gain for a farming event from like the summer stuff. So if that farming event ever comes back, you will want to have her artifact and you'll want to have her artifact upgraded. So keep that in mind. That's probably like a really big reason to put Lethe on your banner, just to get her artifact. And like her artifact is overall pretty good. But just the unit is pretty whatever. Like this unit is not very good because like there's a lot of things that like stop her damage, and then there's too much injury in the game. And she gets screwed over by like the pin resist units and like all the injury units and all the debuffers too. So she's really whatever. But her artifact is good, and it like justifies pulling for her, or maybe you don't even pull for her. Maybe you just put her on the banner just to get her artifact. But yeah, up to you. The artifact is definitely really good. And then Green Luluca, she needs to be really good. But cleansers in general right now aren't that good. Like sure, you can use Green Luluca to like cheese some Omid cleavers. Like you can build her really fast and then cut them or something, but it's kind of whatever. You can you can use like Fire Politist for that instead. But she's okay as a unit, but honestly not much use. However, her artifact Soul Constellation is really good though for units like Desert Jewel Bazaar and any other Soul Weaver that has high ER and like disruptive capability. Like Soul Constellation is really good on Death Dealer Ray, DJB, Shooting Star Arcades. Sorry, not the Infinite Horizon Arcades. Like the artifact is just really good in general, and I would recommend having like at least 2 of it. Like it's a really good artifact. So yeah, that's about it. Hopefully that was helpful. Thank you for watching.